Kabarigani Familia Angu. This is Eli-Ben-Eli, and greetings from the United States. It is approximately 2:40 here in the United States, and I wanted to make a video discussing something that I know fascinates a lot of people, and they mistake it for something that it isn't. Have you noticed that I'm being a little bit sarcastic here. King Marwa, eternal, perpetual ruler and grand poobah of the Villa Medellin of the Kenyan Manila, that he always wears beads around his neck. People mistake that for a fashion statement, but I'm going to explain to you the significance of those beads. I think that a lot of his followers have taken to wearing those beads, and they have no idea what they signify. Back around the start of the year, and at the time when Coco Boy visited him at his mother's house, Mara said that he believes in God, but that he's no longer a Christian, that even though he's a Seventh-day Adventist, he no longer believes in Christ as God. Okay? Many of you don't understand the significance of that, but what that means is that in effect, he's perfectly aligned with both Muslims and Jews who are Abrahamic faiths. They believe in God, but they don't believe that for them there's a prayer that goes, well, in Islam is Allah Akbar. It means God is great. That means that God is only one. In Judaism, you have Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. In Hebrew, what that means is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord thy God is one. Now, there was a time early on in Islam when Islam considered Judaism to be a part of its, they considered itself to be at one with Judaism. And this is where the significance of these beads comes in. These are called Durkar beads. They are prayer beads. They're beads that you use after prayer to repeat a religious phrase, and the beads are a counting device. Now, I don't know whether this has anything to do with it or not, but, even though I haven't really had much of most of what I say is not something that is pleasing to Mara, but I kind of felt a certain amount of sympathy for him, because my attitude is that, as I have always said, I have traveled a similar journey as Marwa, insofar as I was once a Seventh-day Adventist and eventually became a Jew, but I went beyond that and embraced Judeo-Sufism, which combines Judaism and Islam. And I remember I sent him a message on Instagram telling him, talk to Ganida and talk to Muslims and talk to Jews and see what you can do. Not that long afterwards, he started wearing beads around his neck. I do not know for certain, but it is my theory that he's wearing those beads as Durkar beads. They're not worn as jewelry. They're worn specifically as a way of counting the number of times that you say certain religious phrases. In Judaism, you're supposed to try to praise the name of God 100 times a day. In Islam, there are a variety of religious phrases that they go over. And I think Mara would do people a great kindness if he was honest, because a lot of these kids, these children in the Abuhanset that are running around wearing Durkar beads, they're doing it as a fashion statement, and they don't realize that there's a religious dimension to it, But You know, there are a lot of people in that village that give me the feeling that they follow Islam, and there's nothing wrong with that. You hear them saying salama, which is also the common greeting in Swahili, but you kind of, because of what they say and because of how they worship, you kind of get an idea that they're practicing Islam. And I know that Islam happens to be a common religion in East Africa, but I just wanted to say that I've been watching Max One. Shout out to Max One and his friend Ernest, and I hear exactly where they're coming from. I'm beginning to think that what is going on in Nyabohansit is that the village is dividing along certain political lines. On the one hand, you have the people that I call the Marwawites, the royalists who consider Marwa to be some sort of a king, and really they're behaving like a cult. They're treating Marwa like if he possesses certain spiritual powers and how, he can work miracles as far as helping them to get members and everything. That really isn't true. You know what Marwa does? Him and his followers shout each other out. And I suggest that those that are not close to Marwa, begin to do the same with their friends. I shout out somebody like Fellow the Boy, Black Beauty, Modesta Lifestyle, King of Travel, Crooked Traveler, Goat Matata TV, Kung Fu Fanta, Untrending, AM Carol. These are people whose beliefs align with mine. And because of that, I want to see their channel grow. I hope they do the same for me. Currently, I'm at 365, which doesn't sound like much, but woohoo! My channel has grown by about 5 since I started posting videos again. So it's starting to grow slowly. My channel is an organic channel. It hasn't grown because anybody has put their weight behind me. The people that are my subscribers are wonderful people. God bless them. They're intelligent people, and they're people who choose to subscribe to my videos because they enjoy what I have to say. But back to what I was saying earlier. I think that Marwa needs to explain to people why he wears those beads. That they're not just worn as a symbol, a way of adorning himself. They have a religious significance. Okay, and if he doesn't understand that he's doing it, then he's doing it out of confusion. But when you see somebody like me wearing Durkar beads, the Durkar beads that I wear are symbolic of the fact that I do follow Islam, but I also, on my Durkar beads, I carry, the Star of David, which symbolizes my faith, my belief in both Judaism and Islam. People wonder about the significance of this, and I'll tell you what it is. We offer the world peace. If Jews and Muslims could come to see it themselves as one, right now there wouldn't be a war going on in the Middle East. And all of you who embrace peace, believe as you will. Your personal religion is none of my business nor any concern of mine. But all that I say is be willing to be tolerant of those who embrace both Judaism and Islam. Anyway, I saw something this morning that really, well, it was actually yesterday. I saw something that really touched me. While all of these people are running around in Nyabohansit, in Magori County, Hispania, building all of these incredibly fancy, overpriced, Western-style homes, and no put down intended. Shout out to people like Fellow the Boy. Diana Kemi, who is somebody who I don't think people really give the right credit to. They just see her in terms of her relationship to BD. But Diana Kemi is she's something to be a force to be reckoned with. I noticed that in a lot of her videos, she seems to be very supportive of traditional Kisi and Kuria culture. And recently she's purchased a piece of land. And while all of these other people are coming on the internet begging for money to build their houses or to build houses for others, Diana Kemi has taken it upon herself to build a house on the land that she purchased recently, using a very traditional African building technique called daub and wattle. And what that means is that you create a lattice out of wood, unprocessed wood, and then you create mud, and you plaster it with mud. And when it dries, you can put a surface of plaster on it, smooth it out, and paint it. In other videos, she has shown how to repair those walls. Those are incredibly effective, long-lasting homes. You know, you do have to maintain them, but they're very, very good homes. And guess what? People have lived that way in Africa for centuries. It's only in recent history that people in Africa have begun abandoning their own traditions and building Western-style houses. And those who are still building with mud don't bother maintaining their houses. And thus it creates a narrative that all Africans are living in wretched, falling apart mud houses. Not so. Some of the greatest architecture of Africa was built with mud. The thing is that people nowadays are not maintaining their houses like traditional Africans did. But I think that what Diana Kemi is doing is brilliant. She does not have an army of cult members working for her for free. She's not begging anybody to give her money so that she can purchase overpriced cement-based building materials that off-gas and make people sick. She's building the way that the ancestors lived. She's building the traditional way, using wood, using mud, and guess what? If she does it the right way, if she paints the walls, and if she maintains the walls, she's going to end up having a very, very beautiful home. You know, having said all of that, I wanted to touch on something else. I have a belief system that there's something that Fellow the Boy has shown on many an occasion, and a lot of those other channels from that area have shown it. They are army ants. I believe that's what they're called. If they're not, please correct me. Tiny, tiny little creatures that together do some remarkable things on Earth. Okay, and there are two approaches in life. You can try to emulate the way of the elephants, or you can emulate the ways of the army ants. If you work together, you can be tiny, you can be small, and yet you can accomplish some remarkable things. What am I saying? Listen, you don't need the blessing of Marwa for your channel to grow. Maybe your channel won't grow fast overnight, but a lot of those channels have proven to be inauthentic. What you need is to work together with other YouTubers that have small channels, like army ants, and build each other's channels up. You know, support other channels. Shout out to Goat Matata TV. He recently shared one of my videos. Shout out to Cleo Bonnie, who shared one of my videos. Shout out to A.M. Carroll and Modesta TV. Both of them at one point shared videos on mine. Let's, you know, instead of looking at the people that are behaving like lemmings, basically becoming almost slaves to Marwa, just looking for his cult blessing so that their channel can grow. Let's help each other's channels to grow. Let's you know, do what we can to help each other's channels to grow. And I'm telling you something, we will accomplish miracles. You know, I was looking at Joseph the Mason's channel, and he was showing Fellow the Boy's house, which is currently being built. And he was talking about how the next thing that he wants to do is ask fellow to help him build a house for himself and his family. And my question is, why not? If people could work together, people could work with each other, if those Masons that work with fellow the boy could work with each other, they could take turns building each other homes, and they can do so cooperatively. They can donate a certain amount of their time, and everybody ends up with a nice home, okay? In Europe and the United States and throughout Asia, there's something that they practice called a tontine. The tontine is very, very simple. A group of people come together, and everybody donates $1. And whoever organizes the tontine creates a list of members of the tontine. And every time, every week, every month, whenever they get the money together, all of that money goes to one member of the tontine. And that amount of money allows them to do whatever they have to do in their home, if they want to start a small business or whatever. But every month, everybody, again, donates $1. It is cooperative financing. It's something that people can do, and you can lift yourself out of, financial hardships and everything, and you can help your neighbors. That same philosophy can go with building a house. That same philosophy can go with harvesting a field, a maize field, or harvesting beans. People working collectively. That's what the Amish people do. You can either have a philosophy like Marwa, he hates anybody who does charitable work, or in the alternative, he hates anybody who does charitable work unless he's the person receiving the charity. Because I have never seen him tell anybody, I don't want your goat or I don't want your cow. All that he does is he laughs and he accepts it, and he makes plans to go ahead and slaughter it and eat it. Okay? Why can't people have that mentality of let's benefit the group? Let's benefit each other. Let's act collectively. Let's help each other build homes. Let's help each other finance whatever we need, and it doesn't take much. If you have 1,000 people in a tontine, and each of those people donates $1, over a period of time, each and every member of that group receives $1,000 in cash. That's pretty powerful. But anyway, as I recently said, I am going to start assisting people. I used to be an attorney here in the United States, and I ended up retiring. But I've made up my mind that I'm going to start assisting people who might want to come to the United States, might want to work in the United States. I have a belief that there are categories of work that, Africans do without a problem, like, for instance, being caregivers, and or for that matter, trained nurses. But for people who aren't trained nurses, caregiving. If you can get into this country on a visa to be a caregiver, you can really, really prosper. You can build yourself and your family financially, and also help somebody who might need a caregiver. I'm prepared to assist anybody who wants to do that kind of thing. If you're interested, please subscribe to my channel. Contact me privately, and I will be more than happy to assist you. My channel is called Eli-Ben-Eli, okay? And I'm looking. You know what? My attitude is this. I hope other channels shout me out. I hope other people support me. But I'm gonna work to organically build my channel. And I think that with me doing that and with you helping, I'll get to 1,000. I'll even get beyond 1,000. A lot of things have gotten in my way. But you want to know what? I'm the kind of person who doesn't give up. So please like and subscribe and share this video if you've liked it. In the meantime, I hope you have a blessed day. Salama to each and every one of you. Bye-bye.